Well, I went down to the river, thought the current would be still, but the water pulled me under, took me straight down to the mill.
I'm Summerlyn Powers, singer-songwriter living in Nashville, but from Alabama. My story in music starts unusually young. I released my first song when I was 11, and it sort of became a statewide sort of Alabama anthem, if you will. And I have grown a lot and learned a lot since then, but I feel very fortunate to have started at such a young age and gotten all that experience. The heart behind this project is hospitality. I want people to feel like they're coming home. If they're from the South, that will be an easy thing to feel because this record definitely calls back to a lot of those sounds. But even if you're not, I want you to feel invited and warmly welcomed into this imaginary place that I've created in this record. The song that started this project was The Hive. It's another single on the record, and that song is literally about a place where there's this lonely man and he's invited to come into this community of folks that are just jamming in the backyard somewhere in the Smoky Mountains. And I really want this record to feel like you are going on an adventure and you are part of the story. Yeah, I want listeners to be able to see themselves and see their own stories in this record and to feel known in that way. My favorite part about working on this project has been seeing it come to life through the way that the band and my producer has really livened it up. In a full band format, it is just fun and rockin', from Let's Roll to Always on My Mind. This record is totally it's accommodating for moments of peace and thoughtfulness, but also through the production it opens up and just allows you to have a great time. So Healing Like I Am is one of my very favorite tracks on the record. I call this the nicest breakup song ever written. I don't know if it's true, but maybe it's up to y'all, I guess. Usually when you hear a breakup song, it's this, I'm gonna slash your tires and key your car and all that kind of stuff. But I found that it was a little harder to write that kind of song when your ex really is not a jerk. So I wrote this kind of as an ode to my own healing, but also his, in that time where you can't really talk. This was my way of kind of wishing him well. Yeah, I actually wrote Healing Like I Am on the piano. I was sitting in my living room and just kind of emotionally laid it all out there on the keys and just told my story exactly as it was. I'm hoping that that resonates with other people too. I would hope that people receive Healing Like I Am as an invitation to grace, to themselves and giving themselves space to heal, but also think that it just isn't talked about when things don't work out and there's not really a big, great reason, but it just doesn't. I think that people still need healing into that space just as much as they need healing from the relationship that severely went bad. Let's Roll came to mind when I was ramping up to write with a co-writer of mine, Daryl Wayne Dasher, and he does a lot of bluesy stuff, and that is a sound that I had been learning a lot about recently, and I wanted to write a song that incorporated my Christian faith on my record. And I was just sitting around and sort of playing with the idea of, rock and roll and rock and what, and then all of a sudden I found the rock, Let's Roll kind of came to mind. I thought it was really funny that no one had ever written that before. It's right there. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of point to Jesus in a way that was fun and allegorical, and that's what Let's Roll is all about. Let's Roll is written for two groups of people. The first group of people is those who are Christians but maybe don't like rock and roll and blues, and the other group is for people who don't know Jesus but love rock and roll and blues, and this song is meant to be an invitation to the other side. You know what I mean? They're both great things. So that is kind of the heart of the song. Let's Roll is just meant to be a fun song, like just a way to let loose, especially as a female front singing a blues song. I feel like it's a fun invitation for women and men to just kind of rock out and have a good time. This record is inspired by the 70s and my own experiences. I love the 70s and everything about it. I'm from Alabama originally, so I am sort of taking the things that I heard growing up, which was a lot of Southern rock, Lynyrd Skynyrd, CCR, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, all that kind of stuff, and combining it with a lot of the things that I'm inspired by in the folk 70s world. Joni Mitchell, John Denver, James Taylor, all of these guitarists and songwriters that are just known for the thoughtfulness in their work, sort of combined with the fun and the groove that I grew up on. So I'm hoping that people will really enjoy the heart behind that.